Okay, last part of the series, here we go. This is part 4, underhand with the right hand. So again, same drills, chest high. Again, make sure when you get it back behind you that you are keeping it far enough back to not do this and to have it flat enough so that it's actually parallel to the one in front of you, roughly. And then, as you're doing this one, the transition requires you do this sort of scoop across the front to get from the back to the front side. And if it helps, twist your body to help get it behind you on a flatter plane. And then once you have that, the next one is this waist-high transition where we start again with the pendulum. The pendulum is still initiating from the elbow, so it should be a straight line down from the elbow to the tip of the ball. And then at the bottom of the turn, come in toward your butt crack. And then, after you can do 20 of those, ideally it's not doing this like mine is. After you could do 20 of those and hold it pretty consistently, practice going from the back to the front in this slick motion where the palm is posterior the whole time and you don't collapse in your elbow like this, and you don't flip it at the last minute so that your palm comes forward at the last minute. You keep it back like this the whole time. And then after you've gotten that one, you can start working on going from the chest high all the way up top here. This one, again, tends to be pretty tough for people, but not as tough as the less dominant hand. The drills for this one, again, you can practice holding it here, keep your fingers loose, practice doing the circle with control, but without gripping too hard and allowing the momentum of the poi coupled with the motion of your wrist, your elbow, your fingers, and your shoulder without having to tense up and squeeze really hard, keeping it nice and relaxed, trying to get that circle going. And then doing similarly a movement back there. I feel like I'm pushing up, I'm pumping up, pumping up, pumping up. It definitely feels, it does, I think it's because it's going against gravity, you're pushing up to generate the momentum to keep it both vertical and spinning in a circle. The plane vertical. Once you have it back here and in front, you can practice this motion where you're going from the back to the front. But if you're struggling, just start back here, inch your hands up, or centimeter to centimeter by centimeter by centimeter, and then remember, come in and in and in and in and in. I've likened this to wiping your brow and then flipping your hand back behind. I mean, there is a pretty big flourish. And then another thing that I notice people do when they're learning this pattern is they often will collapse their elbow like this as opposed to out to the side. I think you can, when your elbow is here and you're trying to get the poi in the front plane, it has to be on the outside of it, so it prevents you from keeping it closer to your body. Therefore, if you keep it out to the side more, you can have the poi closer to you versus that, where it will wrap around you, which is also a cool performance trick, but not what we're learning right now. Next up is the corkscrew. This one is going to go clockwise to be an underhand. So at the point on the circle, farthest from your body, 12 o'clock, it's going to the right. And at that same 12 o'clock point, you lift your hand up and you lasso above your head. As you're lifting it up, you bring your hand out to the side so that you can bring it around the circle. And then at that same 12 o'clock point, you come back down, and then it's 12, 1, 2, 3, you're getting down here, and you're all the way down by the time you're at 6, and then you start going back up as you hit 9. As you hit 9, you go back up, and you're going down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and then you can turn with it, and against it, and smile. Or at least have a conscious facial expression, even if it's not a smile. And then the next one is our old favorite, on the side plane, home and away. Again, don't let your hand wander out and up like this. Bring it in and down, nice and close, low and tight, low and tight. Just spend the time, I mean, I really honestly cannot count how many thousands of times I have done this drill. It's so useful, and I find it really relaxing, and it can just get you back to the, I mean, fundamentals are fun. It gets you back to the basics. It's really useful. So from here, you're gonna change this to 2 on this side and then 1 home. 1, 2, 1. And if it helps you to think about the relative position, it's low, high, home, below, above, home, under, over, home, low, high, home, 1, 2, home. Whichever thing helps you the most, use that to count it off to yourself. And then once you're comfortable with that, you're gonna try and go to the other side under the arm that's empty, then go at the bottom of the turn from below the arm, up above the arm, and you circle once there, and then at the bottom of the turn, you bring it back home, and then you're going to immediately go under, then you go over, then you go home, and then eventually, when you can do it comfortably, you'll just be doing 1 rotation in each of the 3 positions. 1, 2, 3. And this is why this is making up the 3-beat weave. Each hand is doing 3 positions. 1, 2, 3. And under, over, home, under, over, home. Remember to not let your hand drift out here. Bring it in and down. Breathe as you're doing it. And if you hit yourself, just start again or push through if you can. I think in the beginning, that's a really useful technique where you just push through the mistakes. That concludes the 4-part series, which I was not expecting to film today. I hope this is helpful. I'm sure I have a gazillion more drills that are useful. Let me know if you have any questions. And then if you want to download your own versions you can take anywhere, I have a downloadable series which has all of the things, 50 moves that these drills are based on for you as well.